Hello, Mutmate's back for another one. Today I'm going to be bringing a Demarco Murray 24-hour only Football Outsiders card review. This should be pretty sick. I'm going to get into the nook and crannies of that card. But before I do, I would just like to ask you to subscribe if you like our stuff. Check out the other stuff. It's pretty cool. Hit a like if you like the card, and comment with your opinion if you're looking at this video right now. Now looking at the direct stats of this card, is 95 truck, 91 speed, 93 excel, 96 elusiveness. Those are pretty big stats with also a 94 ball carrying vision, which doesn't really matter. But one thing I'm noticing right now is 89 carries actually pretty low. It looks like he's a fumbler. His juke move at 88 isn't that bad, but his agility at 87 is pretty low too. Now going more in depth into this card, we're going to be looking at every single stat. Strength at 81, that's not bad for a running back. He looks pretty strong. He's a pretty strong guy. His catch is at 82, which is pretty nice. Again, that carrying to me seems low. That seems like a low statistic for a card so good. A 93 overall Demarco Murray gets an 89 carry. That's a little skeptical to me. And obviously, kick power at 25, that's super low for a running back. A stat that gets often overlooked with running backs is pass blocking. That's somewhat of an important stat if you're going to have, if you want full-on protection from blitzes. 61 for a running back isn't that bad. That's going to hold up Demarco Murray in the backfield. If you're going to have him block a little bit, that's probably a good guy to have back there, because he does have that pass block at 61 and that strength at 81, so he's going to be able to hold up a little bit more. Obviously, he's not going to be your kick returner. He could be your kick returner if you wanted him, but there's a lot better kick returners out there for cheaper prices. Trucking, elusiveness, ball carrying vision, all plus 90. 96 elusiveness looks really good. 95 truck looks even better. Now going on to some of his more finesse move, his stiff arm 95, that's high. Spin move at 90 and juke move at 88. The 88 juke move seems low, to be honest. But the spin move and the stiff arm are going to be definitely your key go-to moves when using this card. Now here are some more pass blocking stats as we talked about before. In that backfield, sometimes your running back's going to have to pick up a blitz and he's going to have to face some heavy duty linebackers. There's some guys out there that will destroy a running back. Pass block footwork is at 60 and pass block strength is at 55, which again are good enough to hold up in that backfield as long as he's not facing two linebackers. Then you might want to get a different running back. Here are some intangible stuff, some receiving stuff. His injuries at 91, which usually you see on big cards, you see 97, but since DeMarco Murray is DeMarco Murray, he gets a 91 injury, I guess. So susceptible to injury. Madden Ultimate Team usually doesn't matter though. Just don't put a backup in, and he won't get injured. So that's a pretty useless stat. Stamina, though, is pretty useful. 92 stamina. This basically just means how long he's going to be able to go. Usually with running backs, you get like maybe 2-3 straight runs, maybe one big run and another rush in, and then your sub comes in. So it's always good to have two running backs. 92 stamina, he should hold up all right. On those receiving stats right there, spectacular catches at 79. He's not going to make any huge plays, but he's gonna, he could pull one out of his butt every once in a while. Catching traffic's at an 81 and route running's at 80. Route running for a running back, if you're going to be throwing to him, is kind of important. I mean, he's running through offensive lines. You're going to need that, and you're going to need him to be able to run away from defenders effectively. And catching traffic is also important because usually they have linebackers on them, and usually the linebackers get pretty close to those running backs, and they're usually, I find, if you don't time it correctly, they'll drop the ball. But maybe Demarco Murray, you don't have to be such great timer with those passes. Now here are some quarterback stats and one last receiving stat. The release out of the backfield doesn't really matter because he's not really facing anybody one-on-one, unless if you're gonna put him out on, So sometimes you'll have a running back at 6 receiver. Unless if you're gonna do that, this release isn't gonna matter too much. I'd say route running and catching traffic were more important, but release out of the backfield is not gonna be that important. Looking at the price right now at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, pretty much almost exactly 5:01. My bad. DeMarco Murray's Football Outsider card is at a 400K, which obviously after a little bit will drop, but by how much you don't know because it is a 24 hours card. His base elite though is going for 53K. As you see here, elusiveness not too far off, speed not too far off, trucking not too far off, juke move only by 2. Not too much changes. The carrying again on DeMarco Murray in general is pretty low. 85 for his base elite, and that's 89 I believe for his Football Outsiders card. So you might see him just drop the ball every once in a while. I wouldn't be surprised if I had him on my team and he did that. Looking at a different Football Outsiders card, Shane Vereen, who in my opinion is a very, very good card to have. 90 speeds, right up there with DeMarco Murray's, only off by 1. But the big stat, 91 carry with 92 juke move, 95 agility, 93 excel, 93 elusiveness. To be honest with you, I'd rather have Shane Vereen than DeMarco Murray, and he's going only for just a little over 10K. That's a big leap. I mean, unless you want to pay like 390K for a 2-style card instead of just a 1-style card, I would rather have this card. And I know the truck is a big difference. If you're into bruisers at running back position, then by all means go for him. But if you want a guy that can receive the ball, that can run the ball, that can keep the ball in his hands, Shane Vereen's looking really good. Another Football Outsiders card that can compare is Danny Woodhead's, and Danny Woodhead and Shane Vereen are, speed backs pretty much purely. They're at both 90 plus speed with about 60 truck, and again, if you want a bruiser in the backfield, go get DeMarco, but I would rather have a guy that can run, that can make guys miss, but also be able to secure that ball with a 90 plus carry. Looking at a card that has high truck and high carry, Arian Foster, who's sitting at 15K, which is significantly cheaper than DeMarco's, obviously. This card looks nice. He's not fast. He's not going to really outrun too many people. But he's got 92 truck. He's going to run over them. He's got 94 carry, which is very good. He's not going to drop that ball. And he still has 90 juke moves, so he can make people miss. Pretty much looking at DeMarco Murray's 24-hour only card, he's a novelty, really, at this point. He's not really a guy I would start. I would just sell him if I got him. So the final verdict on DeMarco Murray's 24-hour only Football Outsiders card, which is a mouthful, is basically if you pull him, probably would sell him. If you have him, if you bought him, then you might have been suckered into a bad purchase, because I think there's a lot better value out there, and I think you don't have to spend that much for those statistics. If you have any different opinion on DeMarco Murray and you're watching this video, go ahead, leave a comment. I'll read it and get back to you. If you like my opinion, then like the video. If you want to see more, then subscribe. Thank you for watching and have a great day.